Welcome back, and this is part 3 of the Ultima. So let's kick off where we left off on part 2. So we're just painting all the side skirts. You saw me do the clamshell in part 2, and more painting of all of the underside of the fiberglass. So now let's get on and get the Ultima on a different ramp this time, so we can do a lot more work. Let's go. Have to put all of these in. So all the pot rivets that run underneath these boxes had to go in today. So they are now all finished and done. So I'm happy with that. I've also done a lot of the plumbing on the front. So through here we've got our pull cords for the front canopy and the pull cords for the rear canopy. We have all the hoses run front to back, including the air conditioning, the charge cooler and the heater matrix. So that is all done. I've also thermally insulated all of the pipe work as well, try and stop some of the radiating heat into the car. Obviously front end's all now all built up with its grills, radiators, and that's all finalised. The panel that I made yesterday was this one that goes into the bulkhead here, and that has come back from powder coating as well. So that is all powder coated with its holes for our steering column, needs a grommet, and our brake reservoir and our feeds to the front and the rear cylinders. But that can't go in at the moment because I need to do some fittings which come up through here, and then there'll be the brake reservoir in this location. Once that's in, I can then put the other tray that goes in here for the battery, and I can kind of button up all of this front end and get the battery in and bleed all the brakes. This is some of the brake runs as well. So once that's done, I can bleed the brake system up and actually have a brake pedal, which I'm very much looking forward to. Air vents are done on the dashboard as well, so demisting air vents there and there, and we've also got some fresh air vents inside the cabin as well, which will go in here. And the air vents are quite nice actually, they're not too bad, they're quite a nice looking air vent. So I think with the leather trim and the yellow stitching and them air vents, it'll look quite good. The window switch is going in this location as well, so that will pop down there. And then we can start finalising some more bits, but making good progress, and yeah, looking forward to it. So all the excess hoses around the back here, so once the engine goes in, I can then trim all of these to the correct length. Both fuel tanks are in, both sender units are in, so I'm going to do a pre-fit of the filler necks and drill all the holes for them so they are aligned horizontally with the back of the chassis here, so the bolts won't look odd. Obviously rear is now fully built up as well, so all the work that you saw the other day, which was putting these rings in for drive shaft clearance, the subframe for the gearbox, obviously all primed and painted like it should be. Some brake pressure switches, so from Ultima they actually come with just an on-off switch here, but we're going to end up putting a pressure switch in this so we can monitor the rear brake pressure and the front brake pressure and have the lights come on as and when they're needed. So getting there. My aim is to try and get this top canopy on, but to get the top canopy on you have to put the side skirts on. Once they're on, I can then do the carbon fibre tops here, get all that buttoned up. Now this is all done, so yeah, it's getting there. Also, we've got our brake fittings now that have all arrived, so I can get all of this done and get all of this bolted up now, and at the rear one as well, that can be bolted up and go to the rear. So should be able to get some fluid in it at some point over the next few days and bleed the brake pedal up, because I want to make sure I've got no leaks anywhere on the master cylinder or on the slave cylinders or anywhere on the whole car before I button it all up. So brakes are next, and I need to get that brake pedal solid, rock solid. So here we are underneath the car, guys. So I've obviously masked my line that I need to do. I've already done all of the ones up to the back of the rear seats. So I've only got, yeah, probably about 200-ish rivets to go on this side, and then I've got to move over to the other side. But I have got my ruler and my pen, and I need to draw my line down now to make sure we don't hit anything. So on the Ultima floor, it's quite flexible, the fiberglass panel. So yeah, it's difficult sometimes. That's why we use the skin pegs to hold it all up, so we can get everything all up where it needs to be and peg it in place before we actually do the final rivet and bond. Because it takes too much time to be able to kind of use a rivet and bond it on and then drill the holes. So the skin pegs work a treat. I have got to try and manipulate and move my camera around to try and get this, but it's quite difficult. I can see my line where I want to go. So yeah, it's a hard one. It is a hard one, and lighting isn't really great underneath the car either. So I'm going to go and get a head torch and have a peek behind, so I know where to drill my rivets. I can already see on it there, and that's like the baggiest bit on the underside of the floor. As you can hear, it's not up yet. So I'm going to go get a head torch, and then I can have a look behind and see where I need to drill. You're going to get some flashes of light now, I'm afraid, but part and parcel, building cars and trying to record them at the same time. All right, where do I want to go? Oh, it's not high enough. Lucky, I can pump it up. So I'm using a table at the moment, so I can get access to all of this, because as soon as it goes on the ramp, you can't get access to it. So, is that high enough? Oh, that is beautiful. That is perfect height. So, that's good there. Oh, that needs a little trim there, I think. That's good there, that's good there. From what I'm seeing underneath here, actually needs to be pushed out. So I'm going to skin peg the first one up here in the right location. So I've got there. That's the first one for this side. And then I can ping a line down it. Tools we need: 3.2mm drill bit or 1/8 drill bit, and a drill. Drilling, riveting, and bonding. Whew. It's hard work being underneath the car. And I'm now just about to get covered in yellow fiberglass, gel coat, and swarf. So let's put a little hole through here. That's a pretty good location, that's pretty damn good. But I need to push it a little bit. Oh, the billet dust and all the dust. All the dust. Ah. We have Fonzie just turned up.
Where is it?
At Lee, he must be inside.
Oh, you want the thing?
That's all right. Oh, you bastard. The skin peg's not getting it. So, working underneath the Ultima, here I am marking, drawing a line where the holes need to go into the chassis and the pot rivets So you need to mark 1 inch away from the bottom of the side skirt, making sure you actually hit the chassis when you drill the holes. The other thing you need to do is you need to mark 1 inch segments all the way across the chassis, and there is about 450 rivets that go into the bottom of the Ultima to hold the side skirt on. The other thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to bond the side skirt as well to make sure that no water gets in between the side skirt and onto the chassis. So lots of holes, lots of drilling, lots of skin pegging, and it's upside down. It's quite a dirty work. You get quite a lot of fiberglass dust all over you. I should have been wearing a mask for this, but just for access and getting everything, you know, where it needs to go, I opted out of the mask and just cracked on and got everything skin pegged and bonded on. So here we are drilling lots of holes. So I've got my lines all marked out now, and I've just done a T kind of shape on my line so I know where to drill. And it actually takes it out of you, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll see you at the end, because you don't want to watch drilling, you know, 500 pot rivets. Doesn't the underside, now it's all done, look absolutely stunning with all of its pot rivets in a perfect line. That's me done for today. I've done all the pot riveting and bonding and all the rest of it. Took me about 3 hours in total to do all of that, and I'd obviously had it pre-fitted already. So tricky one, lots and lots and lots of holes to drill and skin peg, but that's on. This panel is all on, the fuel tank's all done, the vapor barrier's all done, it's all bonded. I've just got to do the splash guard at the front, and then that is all done as well. So yep, first side skirt on the Ultima. Next week is the other one, and I can carry on. As soon as them two are on, it's really making good progress, and then we can kind of get the engine box in and start wiring this bad boy Ultima up. Good afternoon, Doctor. Only me again, and more updates. This side pod and sill is on. All its rivets in, all the ones at the back as well, and the ones at the front. I've got this carbon panel that I'm going to cut today as well and get that in. So a few jobs that we need to do on the Ultima is bonding all of the metal honeycomb grills into the carbon fibre louvers. Ultima do provide you with the honeycomb grill, however, they are square. So it's a tedious little job, this one. You have to template every single opening on the back of the louver, which is here, because when you put these on, they don't fit. They're just square panels or rectangle panels, and you have quite a intricate shape that we want to fill in, and we need to make sure that we get all of the shapes correct, and they all differ. Every single one all differ. There's slight variations on all of them because they're different lengths, different heights, but I've done 2 already, which is the rears, and 2 more to do. So it's a matter of bonding with mastic. I'm using a product called Guycon 55 from TuneUp, and it is a seam sealer, and it does very much go like a rubberized fixing. So tedious, but well worth it. I think we worked out we've got about 30 to do on the rear and about 25 to do on the front. So I'm going to carry on doing this, and then once I've done that, I can then finish off shaping them, and then I can start bonding them into the car with the headlights and any other carbon bits on this Ultima. So I'm going to carry them and keep following. So bonding in all of the grills went really well. Now I'm just going to be bonding them carbon panels into the body of the car. The edges were all Scotch Brite to make sure that there was a good key for the sealant and bonding agent to go off and to key into the body of the car. And then this is me just dropping them in, and then I tape them to make sure that they didn't move and they were all flush. I got Sam to start doing the templating of the lights. Now this is on the outside, so this is a template so you can see through the lens and mark what you want to cover up. So this was quite a difficult thing to do, and I did actually make Sam redo one because it wasn't quite symmetrical, and it's the first thing you're going to see on the car is the lenses and how well this has been done. So the outside template is done first, and then you transfer onto the inside of the lens Scotch Brite, and then you use a black plastic primer, and then the inside of the lens will get painted so that you won't see where the join is and where the sealant goes between the body and the inside of the lens to make them waterproof. So really happy how these all turned out, and I'm sure the doctor will be too. That concludes part 3 of building the ultimate Ultima in 2025. Thank you all for watching. Part 4 is going to be more engine orientated and interior, where we get on, do some leather work and put the engine and gearbox in.